All right, so to recap, the last video was about reputation. Yesterday evening, I think it was my last video, maybe, or the second last one. I was talking all about how no matter how, let's say you're the most unique, I made up the horse dog comparison. You're a horse dog. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. And then I explained how you go to many cities. So I want to recap both of them. So the first one was about kind of about the dynamics of this world. You've heard my stupid brain theory. The stupid brain says, oh, you don't have to follow any kind of systemic anything. You do whatever you want, and as long as nobody knows, and you'll get away with it. No, that's truly not how the world works. And that was one thing that I wanted to talk about. How whatever, no matter how unique you are, there's others like you. If they're not like you, even they may be in a similar position as you, or just another, another one like you, out there. And then I talked about you go to different cities and they see you get spotted, and now, patterns just become, let's say you're very superior. You're gonna beat out people. Again, and I've talked about people and animal comparisons, but let's say, you're a lion. Obviously, you're gonna be eating antelope. You're gonna be hunting everybody. Okay, you're gonna have a pride. If you're a cheetah, you're gonna have everybody's doing their thing. And everything happens differently, but patterns will form, and people will see who you really are, or how superior you are, or how strong you are. And I think that was really what yesterday was about. Today's recap was as I believe, I didn't really think about this, but I believe it's reputation. That was the title. And we were talking, oh, that's right. We were talking about, again, the stupid brain theory. Oh, I'm living in I'm living in one of the most expensive downtown condos right next to the water, where I have a yacht, and it's this big, and I got $100 million, and my life is amazing. Yet you have no reputation, and I'm not saying nobody knows who you are. People know who you are. You're a piece of shit. Okay, believe me, you will not be sleeping peacefully. Okay, forget sleeping. You won't do anything peacefully. You will always be like, fuck, I'm fucked out there. I am a fucking embarrassment or something. And I'm serious. That's really the deal. So that's recapping both of those videos. To go on further with it, really, is that, I gave an example of you go to, what was it? 6 cities in 12 hours on a jet, like a private jet that's very fast. But again, think about that, right? Think about six cities in 12 hours, and then think about, let's say, 25 cities in 100 hours, all over, not all over the world, but internationally, all major cities internationally. And this time you actually get off from the airport for a little bit. You get on a shuttle bus, or a tour bus. You do a little bit of a tour. You walk around, you check out the mall, you walk around outside, you check out some kind of fruit market or outdoor market. Well, let's do 200 hours, okay, for the 25 cities, 4 hours per city. Well, don't worry about being realistic. Let's just leave it at that. So it's 4 hours per city. So you've done 25 cities now. Dude, listen, there's no hiding you. There's no mistaking you. There's no one taking your place that doesn't deserve to take your place. There's no one getting ahead of you. There's no one scamming you. There's no one scamming as you. There's no one stealing your identity. None of that. None of that is going on. You understand what I'm saying? None of that is going on. Now we're done with that. I want to recap another video I talked about, when I talked about children picking their place and whatnot. And I've said before, it took me 31 years at one point to get to the point that a 5-year-old child gets to. Meaning the 5-year-old child is already into finding his friends. He already knows what he's like. He already knows who he is. You know what I mean? That's a 5-year-old. Considering the fact that I was 31 when I began, I would say that, to be fair, gives me a lot of, my route is a little faster, okay? The fact that I spent 31 years before getting to that point also to consider the fact that I've had 31 years of experience where, although I was at a basic level, I was always observing and experiencing everything. And as I observed and experienced, I always told myself, no matter how irrelevant this is, I'll give you an example. I was walking through a field, an empty field, and it was kind of like, you know, a shortcut and whatnot. And as I walked through it, and I was very young at the time. I don't remember how young I was, but as I walked through it, and I had walked through it a few times, and I thought about it a few times, or at least once I thought about it. I walked through it by myself. There was nobody in sight. It was morning time, daylight, early morning, and I'm walking through it, and I thought to myself, I said, everything that I observe, okay, I told myself that everything that I observe, whatever I hear, what I see, what I smell, what I feel, how I feel, whatever I observe or experience, no matter how insignificant it seems, one day will come in handy. Even if it's just handy to the tiniest amount, everything I observe and see will help me one day, or will be used to me one day. But the older I got, the more discouraged I got. But I never left that mentality. I never left that mentality. So to have 31 years of a shitload of observational experience, and also to be in an adult form, and also, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, which I don't need to, by the way, but, you know, not to toot my own horn, but to be like, you know, one of the children that's actually very ahead, I would say that, you know, I wouldn't say that I'm like, like I've accomplished as much as a 100-year-old CEO, #1 top guy in the world. No, but I would say that I've pretty much decently found my space along, and I know what I'm doing, and I know what I'm dealing with, and I know how I'm doing things, and I am in control, and I'm driving well. You know what I mean? You know, if I said I was doing a good job, that would be that would be how do I put it? It just wouldn't sum up to the equivalent, which is that, you know, I'm doing. I mean, I'm not gonna say as good as I can, because that's just vague, but I'd say I'm doing very, very well. You know, compared to anybody, and systems make a big difference in this world, you know, and we can't run without it. It's just like, okay, think about this. Think about all the least experienced, the least capable people taking over the most important roles in the world, and the people who are the most significant, who are the most capable, who are the most talented, skilled, everything in every way, working the jobs, the shittiest jobs with the least responsibility, the hobbies with the least responsibility, everything the least. If that were to happen, what do you think would happen to this world? I mean, I'll just tell you, at the very latest, if we were to time it and we were to delay it, at the very latest, what would happen is that slowly those people on top would come down, and they would crumble, and the ones at the bottom would come to the top again. And this is a basic rule. I don't know what kind of science you want to talk about, but this is a basic rule in a lot of sciences. Okay, I don't know what you call it. You know, it's like the food chain. You know, dude. No matter how much you think it's, you know, I don't know. I just say, anyways, I'm done with this. I just want to do a little bit of recap, add a little bit to it. I feel really good about this video. I think this is good stuff that I'm putting out. And I'm going to wrap it up right here.